there's no question that we are in challenging times, that the kind of the racial conflicts, the gender conflicts, that this is coming out in a significant way, that these are just enormous issues that need to be dealt with. And you made a very interesting comment to me earlier, which was all the progress that we made over a period of many years, we kind of took that and put it on a shelf. So what do we do to get back off the shelf and into action?
You know, the climate in which we find ourselves is pulling all of us back into what I would call the center of the arena of life. In sports, we each have a huddle that we go to or a bench that we go to. We create a plan for the game. Our coach draws up the plays. You go to the center of the arena and you begin the game. The game starts. It perhaps goes as you plan, and you keep playing. If it doesn't go as planned, you call timeout, you go back to your bench, you make a new plan, and you come back out to the field of play. Rather than call a timeout, if I can bring that metaphor to the political environment and the social and cultural environment where we find ourselves, we just continue to play wildly, without the referees, without any regard for what's going on if a player is hurt, meaning Charlottesville happens and people get hurt. We just become numb and we keep playing. Civil rights was a time just such as this. It was actually more violent. People were being hung, people were being shot, people were being discriminated against. It was much more overt. So I would tell you that what's going on today is no different from what was going on then. It has taken on a different dimension and perhaps been turned up just a bit, but we are seeing some of the same vestiges of the bad behavior and bad decisions that we saw decades ago. When I think about how we can make it better, we passed laws in the 1960s that said you may not, fill in the blank, discriminate against people on the basis of their race or their gender. You really can't legislate behavior. You can't. If people really don't understand what's fundamentally wrong with their behavior and they don't buy into it, it's not a sustainable answer. So we wrote a law, we put it in a book, it's called the Library of Congress, we put it on the shelf, and then we've all been relatively inattentive for the last 50 years. That's in fact 2 generations. A generation is 25 and a half years. Let me take another step back. If you didn't clean the gutters on your house for 5 years, they wouldn't control the rainwater. They might even fall off your house. So what makes you think we could pass a law, not pay attention for 50 years, and not expect our society to devolve into chaos? It makes perfect sense where we are.